Let's keep it cool. NoLacy.com, the cool spot.
Healthy and delicious? Hard to find in New Orleans, easy to find at Lebanon's Cafe. For the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, make it the Mediterranean diet on Carrollton at Jeanette. Lebanon's Cafe. I always got fired up when I was a child in the 70s and Hawaii 5-0 was coming on. This theme song got me fired up as a child, like eating sugar. And then the video montage, zooming in on the balconies, McGarrett turning quickly, the girl dancing, the airplanes, the whole deal. Hawaii 5-0, the theme, the montage, powerful stuff. Yeah, you right. Thank you, Angus Young from AC/DC. A little George Benson on Broadway. Are you kidding me? And thank you, Mr. Drew Brees, for that introduction. Filling in the gaps a little differently than George Benson, huh? I would have liked to have been at that AC/DC concert when this happened. Wow. Angus Young can play the guitar, that's for sure. I was blown away a few months ago when I was checking out some stuff on YouTube, listening some music, and this popped up, kind of like a YouTube suggestion. I was like, what? I got like goosebumps. I couldn't believe it. Listened to it about 3-4 times in a row. It's a great video. And then I said, you know what? That's going to be the show opening. We're not on Broadway. We are on the neutral ground. Corey Johnson with you. A wet, sloppy, rainy, sometimes severe rain. Some minor street flooding and the like. That kind of afternoon in New Orleans. Deluge type stuff at times. And then kind of no rain at all and almost bright. The sun trying to bust through the clouds, and then all of a sudden something else rolls through with some ridiculously severe weather. But a lot of the metro area getting inundated from earlier this afternoon right now into this evening. So be careful. I guess if you can get out of work early, you normally get out at 5, you can get out now, that might be good. If there's a place outside of work, now's the night to go have dinner at that place by work and get the car out the garage or the parking lot around 6:30 or 7. Either way, probably good. Keep some cars off the road. Corey Johnson with you. A wide open Wednesday edition of the program. I love wide open Wednesday, where you're the show producer. Whatever you want to discuss. Maybe something we're not discussing enough. Maybe something we're not discussing at all. Or you feel we have the entirely wrong angle on it. Unlike the other guys down the dial locally and nationally, we don't screen phone calls. I don't believe in screening phone calls. And we never cut callers off. It's amazing. It's mind-boggling to me. New Orleans is like a talk radio desert. I'm in this industry. I like talk radio. Hard to find anything quality locally. And anytime any of the local guys get into any kind of a argument or discussion where the caller disagrees, they are cut off. Thank you. We have to move on. Blah blah blah. Just it's all about control, and I'm just like I never was into that. I remember day one. I was like, why do we screen calls? I mean, if I'm saying we're talking about spaghetti and meatballs and pizza, aren't people going to call about spaghetti and meatballs and pizza? And the reply was, you'd be surprised. People are going to call about the Kennedy assassination. I said, great, and we'll deal with that if it happens. I mean, so I'm watching some other shows where the screener is screening calls, and they're on the phone for 5 minutes with the caller. I'm like, the caller's going to forget what they were thinking. They just shot all, their ammunition right there with the screener instead of going on the air live. Bad work, bad shooting ammunition. Not good, Corey. Not right now. Not with this Texas shooting where 21 were killed. Ridiculous. 21. 21. Sickening. I'm pretty fired up because in 10 minutes, right-leaning Quin Hillyer is going to join us. It's normally another edition of Hillyer and Hennigan, but left-leaning Ellis Hennigan could not make it today, and I really wanted to get both of them on, but Quin was able to make it, so I said, you know what, I'll just go with Quin. Like to have both on, but I'll go with Quin. By the way, you can find out more about right-leaning conservative Quin Hillyer on his website, quinhillyer.com. Quin with one N, Hillyer spelled Hillyer, quinhillyer.com. It is a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Yeah, the Texas shooting. So many crazy suggestions by so many people. Arming teachers has to be the most thoughtless one ever. It's one of those that kind of jumps out like, boy, that's a good idea. Let's do that. And then before you can even think that, you're like, boy, that'd be crazy. Students at 10, 11, and 12. Some of these kids are big, male or female, can unarm some 5-foot-tall teacher. Is the teacher going to have the gun like behind their, waistband, or is it in the purse that's like hanging on the chair behind their desk? Is it locked in the closet? How do they get to? I mean, it's just not realistic. And then what? The teacher's supposed to shoot at the perpetrator? Guns are such a quagmire catch-22. I don't know if there's a human being out there. If I said, hey, if you were in that, what was it? Forget the Colorado town where the theater shooting went down. A lot of shootings in Colorado. The theater shooting, you're in the theater. The gunman starts shooting people in the theater. People are scrambling, running all over, getting stampeded. Gunmen shooting people. If you're in there, would you rather have a gun or not? I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a human being that would say, rather not have a gun. But I can promise you this, any human being outside of, like, military that's been in a war zone, police that have been in too many shootouts in the inner city, like too many, that's like about your best chance where the perpetrator's going to get shot and no innocent bystanders are going to get shot by the good guys. You, the armed civilian, me, the armed civilian, or the police or the military. So anyone would say, I'd want the gun, and about 99 out of 100, you're going to shoot everyone in that theater but the perpetrator. The people that own guns and talk big, people that are Marines and Army Rangers and Air Force and, our armed services, any branch. Police that are seasoned veteran cops. They don't hope and pray, man, I want to test my skills. I hope there's a war. I hope I get to go shoot at people. They're hoping and praying for the opposite, that they never, ever test their skills. That's the real soldiers. That's the real cops. Don't ever want to test their skills. We have so many meathead Americans, total misinterpretation of the Second Amendment, which, why would I be anti-Second Amendment? I'm pro-amendments, including the first, the second. So many meatheads that just, man, you come into my house, I'm going to blow your brains out. I remember this perpetrator broke into Bill Elder's house, was in the bedroom. Bill Elder unloaded his gun from the dresser. The perpetrator unloaded his gun, then dove out the window and ran off. Bill Elder did not hit the perpetrator. The perpetrator did not hit Bill Elder. The room's just filled with bullets and bullet casings. Now, I think that happens again. Maybe someone's getting shot. I don't know. It's just gun people think like how they shoot at the range, hanging out with their buddies. They're going to shoot in an adverse situation. I mentioned Army Rangers, Navy SEALs. They're like 99% at the range. And they're like a little north of 50% in the field when the you-know-what's hitting the fan. Police are even less, like 90+% at the range, about 30% in an armed confrontation. So Johnny Meathead, my house is armed by Smith & Wesson, he's going to be in like the single percentages, 6, 7, 8%. He doesn't think he is. You should see me at the range. You should see how I shoot. You know, you're thinking about your wife, your kids, protecting all that. The drugged up moron who broke into your house that's shooting at you, he just wants your money. He's probably very calm and doesn't care if he gets shot. He's on drugs or he's drunk or whatever. No, it's such a catch-22. You'd want the gun in the theater, and you'd clearly, by percentages, by chance, do far more damage than help. I love this House Bill 37 by Oil City Representative Danny McCormick up in Baton Rouge. Allow 21 or older to carry concealed without a permit and without training. Next bill from him, 12-year-olds can drive a car without a license, without training. It's okay. We trust them.
Mercedes, total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, no cool spots. NolaAC.com, no cool spots.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the Italian sausage with peppers or the soft-shell crab ravioli. Lunch Monday to Friday. Dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, now with 4 area locations. Canal at Carrollton, on the North Shore and Slidell, in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, and now in Metairie, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. The Woodhouse Day Spa.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
This is what Drew Brees thinks about Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Actually, Brees doesn't think at all about Super Discount Store, but they do have the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law for beer, alcohol, and wine. Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Super Discount Store!
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about fresh local fish like flounder, snapper, and speckled trout, fried, broiled, or grilled. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Oh, yeah. Little brass sounds in New Orleans. Corey Johnson with you. Wide Open Wednesday. This show is pure New Orleans. New Orleans native, LSU boy. I love the city. I love the state. But also, I'm realistic about things, and there's too much of a, Pollyanna type attitude in Louisiana, New Orleans. We're so good at 5:01 p.m. on Friday till 8:59 a.m. Monday morning. But 9 a.m. Monday to 5 p.m. Friday, we're not so good at that stuff, and we don't seem to care. I just shine the light on that and a lot of other great things, positive things. Try to be fair and objective about stuff. It is Wide Open Wednesday. You're the show producer. Hey, don't forget our Humane May fundraiser is going on. 6 more days. We got to raise about $6,000 in 6 days. We're trying to raise $10,000 in the month of May for the Humane Society of Louisiana. That's cats, dogs, kittens, and puppies, goats, and horses. We need your help. Please donate, humanela.org. Hey, Quin Hillyer is with us this afternoon. Normally it's another edition of Hillyer and Henneken. Ellis could not make it, but Quin is with us. How are you, Quin?
I'm doing fine, Corey, and after this is over, send me a reminder. I'll pledge $100 to the Humane Society, and I urge your listeners to chip in as well.
I hope that would be great, Quin. I really appreciate that. That's fantastic. Hey, I'd love to get your take on just briefly the 21 killed, this Texas shooting. Absolutely. Just beyond tragic, Quin. Children, mental health issues, gun access too easy in America, more guns than people. I can go on and on. What's your take?
Well, the take is that it is horrific. It is sickening, and that's pretty much every decent person's take. And and there are clearly some mental health issues here. Clearly some sort of rage. I don't think you can necessarily say they're family issues. It sounds like the grandmother was trying to keep the kid on the straight and narrow, keep the shooter, and for her efforts, she got shot as well. But drawing broader conclusions than that, I think is wrong. Right now, you just gotta grieve with and comfort the families affected.
Yeah, it's so true. So true. Let's jump right into it about this. Gun laws, stricter background checks, or what? I mean, we love saying mental illness, Quin. The whole world's got mental illness. We're the only country that has this sheer number of mass shootings, and it's not even close. So gun access has to be part of the problem. Check this out. There's a House bill in Louisiana, Quin, from Representative Danny McCormick. I'm not kidding you. It would allow a 21-year-old or older to carry a concealed weapon without a permit or training. So I guess what's next is anyone can buy a car, you don't need a driver's license, and you can drive it. We're all adults. That just seems crazy to me.
Well, it's certainly ill-timed, put it that way.
It really is. Do we need some kind of stricter gun laws? Some kind of 90% of Americans support universal background checks. Over 20% of all firearms sold in America? No background check at all, Quinn. Do we need to tighten that up?
Well, let's divorce that question from the question of these mass shootings, because the simple fact is, as my colleague at the Washington Examiner, Zach Faria, reminded us yet again today in a column just published, almost all of these mass shootings are done by people who have not, exploited weak gun laws, but have either violated strong gun laws, or who the system failed to catch despite the gun laws. So you can write any laws you want on the books, and it doesn't stop most of these mass shootings, because most of them, again, as I say, were not caused by weak gun laws. So, immediately jumping to blaming these mass shootings on supposedly weak gun laws is just factually incorrect.
How about the assault weapon ban that Reagan had in effect? How was that a bad thing, the Brady bill? Could that help?
I'm not an expert on what makes an assault weapon and what isn't. And every time that this comes up, you have the media on one side over-defining assault weapons with things that are just not assault weapons, and you've got the gun experts, getting into all these details about what is an assault and what's not an assault and what's automatic and what's not automatic. I am, in general, in favor of the Second Amendment and of people having the right to bear arms, and that includes some fairly powerful ones. But these multiple shooting, automatic, rapid fire guns, you can make a case that some of them should be largely restricted. But where that falls, I'm not sure, because I'm not a gun expert. But I do know this, that there are also numerous examples where ordinary citizens who had guns have stopped mass shootings before they got worse. Ordinary citizens with guns, because we have the Second Amendment, were able to stop people who had gotten guns illegally against the law, but they'd gotten the guns anyway, and the ordinary citizens stopped or averted much worse tragedies, which is an argument in favor of the Second Amendment, in favor of the individual right to bear arms. So, again, this is all very complicated.
No, it is. It is. I'm a talk show host, so I'm pro First Amendment, but can't yell fire in a crowded theater, and only a moron would think that would apply to the First Amendment. I mean, Texas has more guns maybe than any other state per capita. I think Wyoming, actually. Texas has the largest number, I think, of any state. You think it'd be like the safest place on earth. I mentioned this, Quinn. You remember the Colorado theater shooting, that loser in the theater that shot up everyone? If you're in that theater, would you rather have a gun or not? I would rather have a gun if I'm in a theater with the guy shooting.
Exactly.
But Quinn, what do you think's going to happen if you unload your pistol in the direction of that guy? Chances are, because you're Quin Hillyer and I'm Corey Johnson, we're going to add to the carnage. Navy SEALs and Army Rangers, they're 99% at the range. They're about 50% shooting in combat. Police, a little over 90% at the range. They're about a third in an armed engagement. Johnny Riffraff in his truck, I'm armed by Smith & Wesson, Second Amendment. He's blowing his toe off his own foot before he's shooting the perp. And he's saying, I'm full of crap. A. And B, he's saying he'd shoot the perp in the theater. And C, everyone knows I'm right, that's practical. You're going to shoot up a bunch of innocent people at the theater. And here's the funny part, Quinn. I'd want the gun too. I'd want the gun too. But it's an easy argument that the more guns, the more innocent people that are killed, not the more that are protected.
No, actually, as a matter of fact, you go back to the seminal work by my friend John Lott called More Guns, Less Crime. And he showed beyond a shadow of a doubt exactly what the title of the book says. More guns equal less crime. People are less likely to pull out a gun if they think that somebody might be shooting back at them.
Oh, of course. No, of course. There's no doubt about that. They're easy targets. But someone in a theater, he doesn't care if people have a gun or not in there. He's shooting up the theater, and then, I mean, Quinn? Do you think you would shoot the perp, or you'd shoot a lot of innocent people? I mean, don't you think
Okay, Corey, look at it this way. Give me an example of a time when somebody, where say a bystander, and unfortunately, I can't cite chapter and verse. I can't cite
Quinn.
Occasion.
I think you're going down a dangerous path about accidental gun deaths with kids and children when a perpetrator breaks in a house.
Kids and children is a different thing from you're talking about somebody deliberately trying to stop a shooter with their own gun. And I can't think of a single instance where that has happened. Whereas we had a school shooting just last year where an off-duty guard who was legally and rightfully armed pulled his gun and stopped the shooter and stopped more.
Hey, Quinn, hold that thought. That break train's coming down the path. We'll pick it up right after that. Don't move. Quin Hillyer's with us. Coming right back, New Orleans. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday.
Kanye West was seen shopping at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
Okay, I think Kanye was talking about something else entirely. Super Discount Store on Paris Road in Chalmette.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockанdalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
Enjoy outdoor dining on the streetcar line, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Johnson with you. It's a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Quin Hillyer's with us. Hey Quin, what's the best way to check you out online?
Well, I'm full-time with the Washington Examiner, and I write about 7 things a week, so just Google Quin Hillyer and Washington Examiner, or you can subscribe to my website, my newsletter, for absolutely free. It's easy. It's QuinHillyer.com. That's QuinHillyer.com. And about once a week, you get aggregated everything that I write everywhere, and you get it in your inbox. And as I say, it's absolutely free, and you don't get put on other email lists that are going to clog up your email. So it's easy.
Hey, it's Quin with one N, Hillyer, Hillyer, QuinHillyer.com. Quin, as you know, the commercial break train came down the tracks. We had to jump out of the way. I didn't even know if you were alive. You were on one side of the train, I was on the other. The train passed, we both survived. But I apologize for the break.
That's okay. Well, look, we can move on from the gun rights debate, although I do have to say, let's use some logic here. Charlton Heston led the NRA, the National Rifle Association.
Yep.
Charlton Heston was Moses. Moses gave us the 10 Commandments.
Yep.
And aren't gun rights part of the Second Commandment, or is that the Second Amendment? I can't get it straight, but either way, Moses is telling us to have guns, right?
Quin, he married a woman. His girlfriend was Nova, who could not speak. They did not communicate. His girlfriend was Nova. Come on.
Look, it's perfect logic I just gave you, or something. Anyway, sorry about that diversion.
That's all right. That's all right. Quin Hillyer's with us. Hey, some quotes out of this. If guns made us safer, Texas would be the safest place on earth. Easier to get a gun than baby formula. Well,
that's true, but that's Joe Biden wants to make it hard to get both.
Oh, well, he's already made it hard to get one, and working on the guns.
Exactly.
Working on the guns. Already got the baby formula. That's already happening. Did you see Beto O'Rourke and Governor Greg Abbott?
God. Look, it's about time for politicians to stop performance art every time there's a tragedy. It's not about them. I mean, look, a governor of a state that has had 21 people killed in a mass shooting has to do a press conference and update the people. That's not a political show. The governor's opponent showing up and yelling at him in the course of that's political performance art, and it's at exactly the wrong time. It's disgusting. It's despicable. Beto O'Rourke should be ashamed.
A lot of liberals liked it because they think Abbott's doing absolutely nothing.
Well, again, there's a legitimate debate about where you draw the line on gun control, and meanwhile, whatever you think about that, this is not the time to go get in somebody's face when he's having a press conference giving details that they have found about the shooting. That's just the wrong time, the wrong place, the wrong forum, and the wrong attitude.
And then the guy next to the governor responding back, equal and opposite, right?
If I were he, I'd done the same thing. I'd say, get out of here, you blankety blank, just like he did.
Well, why? Now, I'm not disagreeing with you, but if liberals and Democrats think Texas and these Republicans are doing a horrible job and do nothing about trying to stop this stuff, how is that a problem?
Oh, they can think that, they can say that, they can take to the airwaves to say it. It's the forum, it's the time, it's the place. You don't interrupt a news, a very important news conference where he's literally giving information about the shooting and about the shooter. Beto O'Rourke can call a press conference himself. Beto O'Rourke can put out a press release. Beto O'Rourke, if he speaks up, he's going to be heard. He doesn't have to show up and start yelling at the governor in the middle of what is basically a sacred and tragic scene. So it's just despicable. That's why we have a First Amendment, so people can have access to the press and say what they want without feeling that they have to go and interrupt somebody else to do it.
I hear you, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think Greg Abbott is a political joker. Beto O'Rourke's a political joker. They like being out in the political spotlight. One represents the right, one represents the left. Abbott's got a reputation. He's not some clean, objective, respected universally governor, Quinn. He's got a lot of baggage, so it's like open season, isn't it?
That's fine, but there's a time and a place, and this was not a time and a place. Was Abbott saying anything political at the time?
No, but it was a press conference about the shoot. It reminds me of the NFL players kneeling during the anthem. It's an effective time to get the message out, if you agree with it or not.
I always disagree with people who take advantage of situations that are inappropriate and do inappropriate things. I am always against a heckler's veto. A heckler's veto is where you go and you try to shout somebody else down. We live in America, which means you have millions of ways to be heard without trying to shut down somebody else. And again, if he wants to have a political debate, then wait till after this press conference is over and then challenge him to a political debate. But the governor was doing an absolutely ministerial function, a function of his office that at the time he was not saying anything political. He was not making policy remarks.
He's the governor of the state, and he has to be there to give that press conference.
Bingo. And so you let him give the press conference so the people of the state and the people of the nation and the parents who want to know about the shooter can find out the facts
from a person of authority, not from the from social media.
Yeah, and so look, Greg Abbott is totally fair game under other circumstances. I'm not saying he's not fair game. I'm not saying he's clean, whatever. I'm saying, look, when the President of the United States is on the air talking about the shell going down, that's not the time to jump in front of the camera and start yelling at him about why he didn't check the O-ring.
Why did you cut funding at NASA? I got you. Quin Hillyer is with us. Hey, the NRA convention is in Texas this weekend. Talk about bad timing. Now, I heard Beto O'Rourke is going to speak there. I'm assuming that means on his own. There's no way he was an invited speaker, right?
Well, I don't know, but look, Beto O'Rourke's record on guns is that of an absolute hypocrite. He ran for president. Didn't he run for president of the United States just 2 years ago? And he was among the strictest gun controllers among a whole stage of strict gun controllers. He started running for governor of Texas, and he started talking about how much he supported the Second Amendment and how much he supported gun rights. And now that this tragedy happens, he's going back to playing Mr. Lefty again. Which is it? This guy is a total political hack, and it makes me sick. And meanwhile, I'd like to move off of guns because...
Yep, I'm about to right now. I want to throw this wild left field one out there for you. I'd like to find the right-wing guy because I got the Democrat that could help craft some gun policy. You want to know who it is?
Who's that?
Jimmy Carter.
Okay.
He's pro-guns. He owns pistols and rifles. He always has. He is pro-Second Amendment. But because I think, he's older and a Democrat, he might have more practical views than some gun zealot might. Yet he's pro-guns, Quinn. He owns a lot more guns than I do.
Well, good for Jimmy Carter. And you know who else? I mean, I've got no idea exactly what James Carville's position is on guns. I'm sure it's pretty much on the gun controller side. But James Carville, from Louisiana there, understands the way that middle America thinks. And he's the kind of person that, that probably needs to be in the debate from the left.
From that left side.
He's not going to go way radical.
No, exactly. And then you got to find some sort of moderate Republicans, and then maybe we can bang something out. We don't need wacky right-wingers, and we don't need lunatic liberals. We don't need the folks that we know are pro-guns. They want it to be, go get an icy and get a gun for free. And we don't want the people that, we need to ban all guns in America. I think we need to find kind of more reasonable people. Hey, Quinn, one more break, and then I want to talk to you about Pelosi and the San Francisco Archbishop. Doesn't stop, huh?
That and then a bunch of elections and Trump getting his butt kicked in Georgia.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about old Trumpster, too. Quin Hillyer's with us. Don't move. We're coming right back.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30, and they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right, Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about the freshest local seafood anywhere. Shrimp, oysters, speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft shells, crawfish. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday. Dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Yeah, you, right, Crescent City and beyond. Our Humane May fundraiser continues 6 more days. Please donate right now. Save some cats and dogs and kittens and puppies. Horses, goats, lots of animals. HumaneLA.org to donate. HumaneLA.org to donate. Hey, the 4 o'clock hour this afternoon brought to you by The Shield, J&J Exterminating. You can get The Shield anywhere you can hear me on the radio in Louisiana, anywhere you can see me on television in Louisiana, anywhere you might be watching us on YouTube live in Louisiana. You too can get The Shield, JJEXT.com. They'll protect you from termites, which they're starting to swarm. I saw a termite last night. Tonight, you're going to see more tomorrow, but in the next 72 hours, it's going to be full-blown swarming season. They're here year-round. Protect your home year-round. J&J Exterminating. You too can get The Shield, JJEXT.com. Quin, just for, I guess, let the folks know, I'm New Orleans native like you. I'm a Roman Catholic. I'm probably your poster boy for Catholicism. I don't go to church that often. Anyway, that's that. Interesting topic, I thought. The Catholic Archbishop of San Francisco says House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who's from the Bay Area, can no longer receive communion because of her stand on abortion rights. What do you think of that? Crazy or not?
No, I mean, the question is why archbishops haven't done this before. I mean, the Catholic Church's position on abortion is absolutely 100% clear. And as my colleague Tim Carney at the Washington Examiner did in an explainer today on just this subject, as Tim said, that position extends to public policy. It says that if you are so out front on public policy as to going against the church's teaching that you actually actively hinder the church's teaching, then you should be denied communion.
So just someone
is from the Catechism of the Catholic Church.
So if someone just said, "Hey, I'm pro-choice," that wouldn't necessarily ban them from communion. They'd have to publicly influence potentially, correct?
Yeah, well, or if they themselves, get involved in an abortion, obviously. Now, look, I'm a theology major from a Jesuit university, but I'm not a 100% expert on Catholicism. So I'm just saying stuff that is generally known, that is widely accepted. I'm not talking about some remote.
I'm with you. Now, I'm the same way. Even though I am Catholic, I'm not a theologian like you, and I'm not an expert on Catholicism, even though it's my religion.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not talking about something abstruse.
Well, no, but I was going to say
generally widely known and understood.
Yeah, but I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is, Quinn, because for a couple of things, the archbishop in every parish, they can pick and choose who gets communion or not, almost for any reason. So it's a parish by parish basis. Joe Biden is pro-choice. The Archbishop in D.C. said he can get communion. The Pope said Joe Biden can receive communion. So
no, well, the Pope says that Joe Biden's Archbishop can decide whether he gets communion.
The Pope said Joe Biden should continue receiving communion. Should continue receiving communion.
Okay, I missed that. I thought he said that he should continue receiving communion unless and until his archbishop says otherwise.
And then the archbishop approved it too. I think it's I don't know if it's grandstanding. I mean, and then I think Pelosi made a great point. What about folks that are pro-death penalty, that are politicians and out there? Shouldn't they be banned from receiving communion?
No, because the Catholic Church, this I absolutely know. The Catechism of the Catholic Church allows for the death penalty in certain circumstances. Period. End of question.
I didn't know that. I did not know that at all. I thought it was the dead opposite. Then my religion is insane. A religion is pro death penalty.
Listen.
That's crazy.
It says the death penalty is definitely not recommended. Should be very rare, but it allows for certain circumstances when it might be okay. That's like a 5 times hedge.
Wow. I wonder how Jesus feels about that one, Catholics. How do you sell that to him?
Well, I'll tell you how you sell that.
Wow.
There's a difference between killing an innocent human life, which is, according to the Catholic Church, at least, the baby in the womb, and somebody who by their own action has brought the punishment upon themselves.
What's an example? I don't.
I go and pull out a gun and shoot 21 kids, knowing that the death penalty is there for people who murder.
No, I got that.
I have brought the death penalty.
So you're saying Jesus would give a thumbs up to Catholics for killing the guy that shot the 21 kids?
No. I'm just I'm saying that's what the moral distinction is. The moral distinction is between the innocent and the self-chosen guilty. There's a big difference, and that's why there is a distinction in Catholic teaching. Again, look, I'm not a Catholic theologian.
Me neither.
I am a theology major, so I've studied some of this at a Jesuit university. I'm just explaining what the difference is.
And you went to Newman.
Yeah.
It's Irony Day. Hey, Quin, I love having you on the program, man, all the time. Love it.
Well, thanks a lot for having me on. I didn't know I'd get into Catholic theology here.
Yeah, me neither. Hillyer.com, Quin with one N, Hillyer, Hillyer. A staunch conservative his entire life. QuinHillyer.com. 5 o'clock power hour next. Don't move.
For years, you've been hearing about the virtues of Springfield Wellness Center and their successful treatment of over 1,000 individuals who overcame their substance addiction. Now it's your turn. Here's Springfield's founder, Paula Norris Metier.
Our Brain Restoration Plus Detox Treatment is an intravenous nutritional supplement that restores the brain's chemical imbalances. Our patients detox with minimal withdrawal symptoms. It also blocks the craving, which is unbelievable and which is why most people say they have a hard time believing, but it restores neuron function. Many treatment programs use one drug to get you off of another drug. At Springfield, we treat the problem. Addiction is first a brain disease. If you or a loved one suffer from substance abuse, please just give us a call.
Put your addiction behind you. Call Springfield Wellness Center now. 504-291-2800. That's 291-2800.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Where can you find shish kebab in New Orleans? Lamb, beef, chicken, shrimp, plus all your other Mediterranean favorites. Lebanon's Cafe on the streetcar line. Lunch, dinner, and shish kebab. Lebanon's Cafe.
At Home Paint and Decorating, our paints are in it for the long haul. In fact, our top Benjamin Moore exterior paints come with a lifetime warranty. Not 25 years, not 50 years, we mean forever. You heard right. At Helm Paint, our top exterior paints have a lifetime warranty against chipping, peeling, and flaking. They also are mildew resistant. Imagine painting your home one time and being done with it. Visit any one of our locations today and make that once-in-a-lifetime purchase. Paint that has a lifetime warranty. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, the cool spot.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Oh, what an absolutely fantastic cartoon. Johnny Quest, how good was that? I was influenced by Johnny Quest somehow. I can't tell you how, but I love Johnny Quest. Just too cool. Johnny Quest, Haji, even Bandit. Little Bandit, Seam, Salabeam. Wow, Bandit's levitating. What a creative cartoon. Adults could watch Johnny Quest. I could watch a Johnny Quest episode right now. But we're not bringing you that. We're bringing you the neutral ground. Yeah, you right.
This is New Orleans.
Thank you very much, Mr. Drew Brees. Corey Johnson with you. So many ways to check out the program now. Wow. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM, 107.9 FM, 600 AM. Cox Channel 4 television. Spectrum Channel 333 television. CoreyTalks.com live streaming. We're on YouTube right now live. You can check out the program after the fact on YouTube. Corey Johnson, Neutral Ground. Hey, it don't cost nothing. Click to subscribe. Click on the notification bell on YouTube on my channel and click the thumbs up. Audio podcasts on Anchor, iTunes, Spotify. Lots of ways to check out the program. Yeah, the latest and greatest YouTube right now. Like on the radio till 6 o'clock. Hey, TV audience, we're on till 5:30 on Cox Channel 4, Spectrum Channel 333, all over Louisiana. Yeah, you right. If you missed the 4 o'clock hour, you missed a lot. Quin Hillyer joined us. Right-leaning Quin Hillyer, lifelong conservative. Usually it's Quin Hillyer with Ellis Hennigan, left-leaning, liberal Ellis Hennigan. Ellis couldn't make it, so we rode with Quin. I always learn something with Quin. I pretty much know how he's going to feel about something a lot of the time before he even starts talking, at least some level. Sometimes more extreme, sometimes more moderate, whatever. But I kind of know where he's going. The Beto O'Rourke, Governor Greg Abbott situation, the Second Amendment, stricter gun laws, all of that. And then Pelosi with the Archbishop. No, I like getting someone like Quin on because he's more right than I am. And I love getting someone like Ellis on because he's more left than I am. And they're both smart and they're both insightful and they're, thoughtful. They don't just throw garbage out there. And I don't know about you, but I learned something from those cats. And I learned something from Quin Hillyer today. The Texas shooting thing is sickening. And I don't want to say, hey, do yourself a favor. It's not a favor. It's sort of an obligation, I think. It's sort of an obligation as a human being, as an American. You need to go online and look at the victims, these bright, beautiful little kids, little girls and boys, that their whole future, decades and decades of their future taken away. It's beyond sickening. The heartache that their brothers and sisters, their parents, their grandparents, their friends have to deal with, it's inconceivable. It's I empathy and sympathy and understanding, I try to have it. I think it makes me a better talk show host, but this, it's almost too hard to go there. But at the very least, I think you owe it to yourself, owe it to the victims and their families, and knowing what's going on. You don't just put this away and go do what you do. I think that makes you less of a human being. I'm not saying you have to embrace this thing 24/7, but I think you need to look at the victims, maybe read their names, see their ages, see what they look like, smiling kids. And I think that just gives you a better perspective on however you think about this, however you think. I don't think it's responsible as an American to gloss over this and not look at these kids that died, that were murdered. I think that's part of it. You know, I go on the radio every day, television every day. It's a responsibility. You know, it's a responsibility when you get in front of the mic and the camera. There, if you think so or not, you influence people listening and watching. And I don't take that responsibility lightly. I prepare. I have a way of doing things. Just I'm an independent. That's how I'm registered. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I don't like the extremes. I don't like partisan politics. I don't like that the left and right don't get along. They're out for themselves, not us. Yeah, every day I try to tell the truth and throw out reality. I think sometimes folks think, boy, a cynical, jaded show. You listen to Corey show, it's negative about New Orleans. It's negative about Louisiana. I think that's just, if that's your perception, I hear you. That's what it is. I would just disagree with you. I have a passion about New Orleans and Louisiana and LSU and, you know, food and music and people. And I think that's what comes out if you really listen and watch. And when there are glaring problems that are overt and obvious, and I look at the competition, and I don't get it why other New Orleanians and Louisianians don't. They know the competition for the Saints. It's Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. It's the Falcons. It's Carolina. It's the rest of the NFC. They know LSU. It's Alabama, Nick Saban. How do you not know Austin, Texas, and Nashville is kicking our ass? Kicking our ass. And you don't care. But if it was Alabama beating LSU, you care. If it's the Saints getting beat by the Falcons, you care. But you don't care about kind of like your own kids you procreated. You don't care if they get educated or not. It's good enough. They're doing just fine. My kid went to LSU. He's doing just fine. Yeah, me too. Wish it was a better school academically. That's all. If I went to Harvard, I wouldn't go, wish it was a better school academically. If I went to Yale, wish it was a better. Yeah, everyone wants stuff to be better. But LSU is lacking academically. New Orleans is lacking with, you know, infrastructure, crime problems, economic opportunity, education. They're glaring. I'm 55 years old. I've lived here my whole life. I've been on the other side of the levee. I've been to other cities. Got friends that live in other cities that have left New Orleans. They don't have any regrets. They come back to get their gumbo, their po' boy, and they don't have to deal with any of our baggage. And we're going to do nothing to change it. We like the fight in New Orleans and Louisiana. We like black versus white. We like Republican versus Democrat. People do not want to work together, and they don't think about Austin or Nashville. That's the real competition. We fight amongst ourselves, and I don't see any change coming at all. I don't see any bright leaders that are special that are change agents, that are, major decision makers that will influence us in a positive way. I don't see any kind of Buddy Roemer revolution. And then if there was a Buddy Roemer revolution, we do like we did to Buddy Roemer. Jettison him away and embrace David Duke and Edwin Edwards runoff. I mean, that sums up Louisiana to a T. You got Buddy Roemer, governor of the state. He's trying to implement changes like North Carolina did. Look at North Carolina. It used to be a state with no cities. None. Not a city. Now look at Charlotte for the last 20, 30 years. Explosive growth. Raleigh, Durham, that research triangle, larger population than Metro New Orleans. They're a bigger market. Raleigh, Durham, bigger market than New Orleans now. It's embarrassing. No, Buddy Roemer embraced those North Carolina changers and was laughed off the floor by hacks like Edwin Edwards, John Alario, Nunes, Sherman Copeland. Just people that their own interests and Edwin Edwards overruled us, the citizens. The needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many. So Buddy Roemer's the sitting governor. He switches from Democrat to Republican Party. This is in 87, 88, before that trend was popular, way before Alario and all these other hacks were ever thinking about it. He switched not because it's popular, it's how I get reelected. He switched because he felt the ideology of the Republican. He's like a blue dog Democrat, kind of went to whatever a moderate Republican would be. Kind of moderate guy, independent guy. Just Republican's more applicable than Democrat for me. You think the Republican Party in Louisiana would embrace that?
Rouse's Market is hiring.
They didn't. I'll
With
tell you why
65 stores,
next.
fuller part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about their daily lunch specials like red beans and rice, black-eyed peas, white butter beans, liver and onions. Daily lunch specials. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell,
The old
Baton Rouge,
Woodhouse.
and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
The sounds of New Orleans. Corey Johnson with you, Wide Open Wednesday. Yeah, you right. Hey, every single Friday, Michael Heck joins us from Greater New Orleans Inc. That segment's always brought to you by Latrim. Latrum's hiring a global manufacturing giant born, bred, based right here in New Orleans. Invented the shrimp peeling machine, the industry standard worldwide. That led to the all-plastic modular conveyor belt, the industry standard worldwide. They're hiring at Latrim. It's not a job, it's a career. Many Latrim employees have been there for a few decades. They're hiring in Elmwood, I should say, East Bankers and West Bankers, right under the UEP Long Bridge. And they're hiring at their Hammond facility. For a full listing of positions available, go to Latrim.com. Latrim spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M, Latrim.com. Corey Johnson with you, Wide Open Wednesday edition of the program, 5 o'clock power hour. So we get Buddy Roemer as a Democrat switching to the Republican Party in his first term, in the middle of his term. He's a Republican governor. You would think the Louisiana Republican Party would embrace him, the incumbent, automatic victory. Mind-boggling. They endorse Clyde Holloway, this extreme evangelical, hardcore, wacky right-wing guy. Nice guy on like TV stations, some other stuff in Baton Rouge. But hardcore right, evangelical, no shot of winning. Instead of an incumbent Republican governor. Because the Republican Party in Louisiana, probably still today, whacked agenda, just like Democrats in Louisiana. Whacked. Extremists. Wacky. You have a governor. You're going to have another governor. But they didn't like the reforms. They didn't like the changes. They wanted it status quo. They wanted the fix-in, set up friends and family. They didn't want all this reform. They didn't want DEQ penalizing the oil and gas industry, chemical plants for polluting. They wanted it wide open. They want the inmates running the asylum. Why do you think Cancer Alley exists? Because Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality doesn't do their job. And they don't care about the citizens. And Cancer Alley's real, and all those people around those plants have a much greater chance of getting cancer than anywhere else in the country. That's a fact. And we have people that are supposedly respected, your neighbor and mine, that work in the oil and gas chemical industry that sit there publicly and deny this. It's like, you think I'm stupid? But here it is. Yes, we are stupid. We allow it. We run Buddy Roemer away. We don't want the North Carolina reforms. We don't want to win. We want to continue to be backwoods Louisiana. We don't want the we like Edwin Edwards. We want to get screwed and we live vicariously through him in his poker games and chasing women or whatever. Just a second-rate loser mentality in Louisiana. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. I love New Orleans and Louisiana. Hey, I'm from here. I'm a native. I went to LSU. Can't take it away from me. I'm a native New Orleanian, native Louisianian, LSU grad. You don't like what I'm saying? Change the channel, go somewhere else. It's reality. The problem is you don't like it and you do run from it. That's what's sad. That's what's pathetic. You embrace the Mark Morials, the Bill Jeffersons, the Edwin Edwards, all these losers, hoping Jeff Landry's the next governor. LaToya Cantrell, she's doing great. Just insane. Black, white, left, right, just extreme, wacky, ignorant, backfiring, hurting yourself and your kids thinking. And it just goes on and on and on. No one likes change. So Clyde Holloway gets like 7-8% of the vote. And David Dork, racist loser, Edwin Edwards, a criminal, and Buddy Roemer, a guy who's trying to make the state better, honestly, reform it, like North Carolina, they all get about a third of the vote. Roemer comes in third by just a little bit. So we get the Edwin Edwards, David Duke runoff. Thank you, Louisiana Republican Party, for endorsing no shot at winning Clyde Holloway instead of a sitting Republican governor, the incumbent. And it gave us the David Duke, Edwin Edwards race. That sums up Louisiana so well. 3 choices. Buddy Roemer, reform. Could you imagine what we would be if we embraced the North Carolina-like reforms? 30 years ago, 35 years ago, late 80s, 35 years ago, a generation or two ago. Look at North Carolina. Look at what North Carolina was in 1980. Not a single city in the state. Bunch of Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky. Not a single city in the state. Charlotte has 2.5 million people, explosive growth. Raleigh, Durham, larger metro than Metro New Orleans now. New Orleans had 1 million people in 1970 in the metro area. By 1980, we had grown by 300,000 people. 33% growth, about 30% growth in a 10-year period. In the last 40, since 1980, zero growth, none. Toss in Katrina, we're probably 50, 80,000 light, 100,000 light in the metro area. From 1980 census. From 1980. Metro New Orleans should be about 2.5, 3 million people in the metro right now. New Orleans and Baton Rouge should almost be connected. New Orleans and Gulfport and Biloxi should almost be connected. About 2.5 million people right now if we would have continued the growth we had in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Instead, zero growth since nothing in the 80s, nothing in the 90s, nothing in 2000, nothing in the 2010s. And nothing this decade. Zero. Zero growth. Total stagnant. 3 choices. Move the state forward. Bring in businesses. Run it right. Accountability. Or scumbag piece of crap criminal Edwin Edwards. Or racist piece of crap David Duke. We jettison the honest, honorable guy. And like the bumper sticker said, vote for the crook. It's important. Yeah, vote for the crook, not the racist. That's our choices in Louisiana. I mean, it's unbelievable. It really is. I love New Orleans. I love Louisiana. I love LSU. What's the Bible say? As a child, you kind of, and I'm butchering it, paraphrasing, you unequivocally love your parents. You love them. You agree with them. As a child, 110% in. As an adult, you're still 110% in. You still love them, but you might disagree with them. You're not in 100% agreement with them. We're like children in Louisiana. We really are. We don't live by what is. We live by what we hope is or what we want to believe. Edwin Edwards. I mean, you'll hear people today. If Edwin Edwards was governor today, I'm like, what? He'd be lining his pockets and screwing us. We'd be going backwards. If Mark Morial was mayor, maybe the most corrupt administration in New Orleans history. I mean, seriously, Google it. Hard to find someone in his administration that wasn't indicted or went to jail. Mark Morial's mother's brother, his uncle, Haydel, he got indicted and went to jail. I mean, his own relative. You think Mark Morial left New Orleans and moved to New York just because, hey, the Urban League, and I never come back to New Orleans. You never hear from me. I never influence any election or anything. You think that's just a coincidence the last 20-plus years? I don't believe that for a minute. I think the Fed said, We're coming after you and Jacques, or you, dear. If Bill Jefferson wouldn't have been beaten by Joseph Gow, thank God for Joseph Gow, the feds would have gone to Bill Jefferson and said, resign. Just leave. And they probably wouldn't have even gone after him. It would have been, resigning is enough. We neutered him. Crazy. We live in a crazy state. I love it. I love the positives. I told a buddy of mine who lives down on the Florida Panhandle. I was like, yeah, problem with me moving to the Florida Panhandle, dude? I'm a New Orleans native, and I like culture, and I like history, and I like architecture, and I like people, and I like music, and I like food. And there's none of those 6 things on the Florida Panhandle. There's no culture. There's no history. There's no people. It's a bunch of transients, and it's just a few thousand. It's not like a city. It's a little town coming and going. There's no music. There's no good food. There's no college. I'm not saying it's worthless. I love the Florida Panhandle to visit. I couldn't live down there. But that's just me. Other folks can, and that's good for them. I'm not better or worse or good or bad. It's just how it is. But I love New Orleans. I love the history and the architecture and the culture and the food and the music and the people. But I can tell you this, and I never thought I'd be saying this, but I've come to this conclusion a few years ago. Maybe coronavirus crisis got it jump-started. Like a lot of folks, rethinking things. I live in a modest house, nice house. I don't know, a couple $100,000, something like that. I own it. I'm lucky. I'm happy with that. I'm a fortunate person, whatever. A lot of people do better than me, some less, whatever. I was always thinking, man, I'm going to upgrade and get something nicer one day. Now, maybe I'll keep this as a rental. Maybe I'll have to get rid of it to buy the newer place, get a nicer place, a bigger place. Yeah, really have it nice. The modest house, I'm fixing that one up. I'm going to make that one really nice. And then I'm going to buy another modest house in another state. So I can live. And I will do this show from another state, and you'll never know if I'm here or there, and it's irrelevant anyway, because I'm going to be on top of the stories and the folks, just like I always am. But I don't think this year or next year, maybe even the year after that, but in the next few years, I will purchase a home in another state, a modest little place.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah. Cities, total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, no cool spots. NolaAC.com, no cool spots.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right, Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
Yeah, you, right? Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Thanks for checking us out on radio. Thanks for checking us out on television. Thanks for checking us out on the radio. YouTube. Yeah, you, right. Yeah, you, right. Crescent City and beyond. Yeah, YouTube. That's the way you can check us out. Radio 93.9 FM. I like 93.9 FM. .93.9 FM. And I am fired up about YouTube. I like that we're on the YouTube channel. Corey Johnson, Neutral Ground. That's all you got to do to check us out. Checking something out on the computer, seeing if there's any latest news via the intranet device. Huh. On this wide open Wednesday, 21 killed in Texas. And like I said earlier, yeah, you really should, sadly, should look at the victims and kind of see these victims' faces and who they are and then move on if you want. But I think it's irresponsible just to kind of act like, I don't like this, it's negative news, and I'm not going to pay attention to this. I think the victims, deserve better. And I think us as Americans, we're obligated, I think, that we should be looking at these victims so we have a better perspective on exactly what's going on. I don't think it's fair to, ignore it or act like it's not necessary for us to, look at these victims. You see these young girls and boys, these kids, and it's just, it's sickening. It's sickening. And I don't know what we do if you don't look at that and see that, as far as having as much information as possible and knowing what and how you're going to think about gun laws and the like.